Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Let's get into it.
Yo, this is Rohan. Take that, nigga. I'm new to the city, pull up fresh fuck, yup, just like Diddy. I'm new to the city, the way I walk, the way I talk.
What's going on? This is 9-5 Yoshi, and I'm back with another review. Now today, we definitely have to take a look at the new series of Power, Raising Kanan. I think this is book 3. Now, I'm about to tackle episode 1 for you guys. So, everything goes smoothly. I'll continue the process and do each episode throughout this season. Now, episode 1. Kanan goes on a little vacation and he's finally returning. I think he was staying with some family, some aunts or something of that sort on a beach. And some things have been boiling. I guess Kanan, after, shooting his father, that he doesn't know is his father, would be the cop in the first season, played by Omar Epps, known as Howard. So he shoots him, and I think that whole trauma of the situation shocks him and reveals to him he finally realizes that he's not cut out for this. He starts to get a feeling as, telling him that, maybe he was making a mistake in talking about how ready he was and down he was the whole first season, where I'm sure I wasn't the only person mad at how gun-ho Kanan was to start gun-toting, robbing and toe-tagging, all that good stuff. So, episode 1, you have Raquel, or Rock, the leader of the organization, Kanan's mother. She's running stuff like what is it? Like I think Empire. Is it? The one with from Blade. She's moving weight. They got set up a whole building, the same way they did in New Jack City. That's the movie. That's what it reminded me of. I felt like they took the New Jack City theme and they ran with that, because they have an entire apartment complex or project, right? Pay off the tenants. Even though I think in New Jack City they wasn't paying tenants. They just was like, give me that shit. They just was like, you better get out this spot or we gonna kill you type vibes. But in this series, I'm sure they threatened to kill them or take the money and stuff like that. So they have Raquel. She's running a drug operation, completely separated from the streets. It hasn't caught the attention of the police just yet. So she's being proactive in this first episode in an attempt to secure a perimeter so that the heat never gets close enough to the building to where she could trip up and actually get caught. So Raquel is, she's showing her son Kanan the scoop. She's showing him the operation, putting him on. I wanted to talk more about Jukebox. I enjoyed Jukebox and Kanan's reunion because Kanan, even though he was shooting someone, he was dealing with the trauma that came from the act itself, right? And Jukebox, she's dealing with the trauma of losing a friend. And they met back up, and I don't believe they left on the best of terms last time they seen each other, but they still maintain that friendship it's like it never left, and even though they cracking jokes on each other and stuff, I just like watching the way that they interact because it seems like a genuine friendship. So they're displaying that pretty well for the screen. Now, Lulu, he's one of my favorite characters on this show. I like his. He seems to be calculated a lot more than a lot of the other different characters on the show. Well, all the while, they didn't make him perfect. You know, he's not the Ghost of this. I mean, Ghost wasn't perfect either, but he's not untouchable, which I liked about the series. I like for there to show that there's room for people to grow, that people could be flawed, but you can still like a lot of different aspects about the person. So Lulu's dating a girl, and you know he's focused. He's got two minds. You know, he wants to please Rock. You know, continue getting his bread, make money for her, and do a good job, while on the same time he's trying to get his own thing popping and rolling, move more legitly. And one thing I like about Lulu is he don't have all the answers, right? So Lulu, even though he seems to be a getting money ass nigga, seem to have his head on straight, thinking proactive. When he's talking to Rock, Rock is putting him on game, and he's not no dummy. He's smart enough to acknowledge that, or he's quiet when he knows somebody's making a point. Like when Rock is pointing out how, you know, she's like, how much money you made off that the recording business and all that, you know, how much you made off your label and stuff, and he's like, oh, it just started. It's a new business, and she's like, it's not a business. It's not a business because you ain't make no money. It's a hobby. And I'm sure a lot of people ain't catch it, but when Lulu heard her say that, he didn't respond like most niggas probably would do. Try to argue some shit when really he just took in the information, and that just made me like him all the more better because it's like he can take constructive criticism. You know, he's not somebody that think they know it all. So also wanted to touch up on Marvin. I liked his character a lot. I think he's one of the most entertaining characters on the show. You know, he spends most of the first episode attempting to regain some sort of relationship with his daughter, Jukebox, because in the first season, him and Jukebox get into a fight, pretty rough fight, you know, between a dad and a daughter. I thought it was a lot, but it's realistic. You know, these things happen, unfortunately, but I just like that they don't really hold no punches in showing like what could actually happen or what actually happens. You know, when we're watching these shows, it's like two things are going on at once. We are being depicted, true, but we're also being reflected, right? Or we're being depicted. They're showing us, but they're reflecting what they already seen from us. If you catch my drift. So I'm sure a lot of this stuff comes from experiences, or that they may have people may have gone through themselves, or may have heard. You know, she stuck to her word. You know, she's not really rocking with her dad Marvin, and I thought it was cool how they stuck Marvin up into the anger management class. So I like to see how that meshes. You know, somebody like Marvin, that character is definitely entertaining. The last character I wanted to mention, Symphony, Rock's boyfriend, her boo thing that just can't take a hit. For whatever reason, I haven't seen it. I don't have any exclusive receipts or ways to watch these shows before any of you. So all I seen was episode 1, and I can tell you right now that that dude Symphony is gonna end up getting killed over Rock, in my opinion. I think Symphony is a perfect word or a perfect name for this character, because he doesn't seem to realize what he's doing. He doesn't seem to realize his possibilities. He's stuck on dealing with Rock when he has his stuff together. He's a professor, but for whatever reason, he thinks that he's spending his time wisely dealing with somebody like Rock, with her being, so close to the drugs and all that stuff. It's like he just chooses to ignore it, which I think is very corny and weak. It's like either you go all in with her, right? And you say, all right, cool, I'm down with whatever, this, that, and the third, or you're not. And I think he's still got one foot in and one foot out, and I think it's just whack. Then he just comes off so corny. It's like, I think you can be an intelligent dude, right? It's like you gotta be. He comes off like, what's that phrase they always use? The educated lame type guys. You can be educated and have some common sense. Why is he, got all these plans and she's so attracted to him and stuff when he talks about what he has going on, which is great? Why is he gonna jeopardize that by dealing with you? Is Rock so attractive and that much of a great female, right? A great woman that he should be putting his life at risk by being associated to her? He's not in the streets. So I don't really get that. I think he's playing a symphony for her the entire time, and anytime he's around her, it's like he's putting his whole life at risk. But people do crazy things. I just think it's dumb at this point, but it is what it is. You're gonna get killed for love. That's what you want to do. Okay. Omar Epps, Howard. I wanted to talk about him a little bit more before I get off of this episode 1 rant. So he is granted a new life because it was looking pretty bad for him in the first season. Now, a lot of women, a lot of people, they had a lot that, they used to love Omar Epps back in the day. Omar Epps was a sex symbol, seen as this guy that all the women wanted to be with. But the issue starts to come in when it doesn't seem like he's taking care of himself, the actor, not the character, because he's out of shape, and everybody I speak to, they're talking shit about Omar Epps. But that's besides the point. As far as his acting didn't seem to miss a beat. I'm very interested to see what his next steps are going to be when it comes to, I guess, putting his life back together, because he was operating the whole time as if he thought he was going to be dead soon. So imagine thinking you're going to be dead for the past 2-3 months. You're going to be making a lot of different decisions than you would had you known that you might have like 30 more years left to live. So I think that's kind of funny. I'd be like, damn, I probably would have been in like a whole bunch of debt, took out a whole bunch of loans that I had no, plans of paying back, thinking I'm gonna be deceased. So I probably would be in a very bad situation if that was me, and I thought I was gonna be dying off soon. But hopefully he didn't do what I would do in a situation like that. and he's not jacked up financially, he can recover, start making good moves as far as however he wants to build his life. Is he gonna finally talk to Kanan and let him know how he's your dad? You know, I'm your dad. Why you shoot me? Is he gonna do that? Is he gonna slap Rock across the face? You know, they kind of left us there towards the end, so we get to see what communication they're gonna have on episode 2. But all in all, that's what it was, man. I thought it was a pretty good episode 1. They bringing it back, so y'all make sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is 9-5 Yoshi Reviews. Peace.
Yo, this is Rohan. Take that, nigga. I'm new to the city, boy, I love fresh fuck, yup, just like Diddy. I'm new to the city, the way I walk, the way I talk, I know that you hear me. Hey, I'm new to the city. Hey, I'm new to the city. Hey, I'm new to the city, pull up, fresh fuck, yup, just like Diddy. Kobe with the fro, Jody with the hoes, with the game on my back, run the city with my woes. C5-4, message to my foes. Pay the fee to get that 5-4, you look real slow. So Van Gogh, I'm ready, hop in the van, Mango. Move the script, pull up the clip, nigga, I-M-O. O-M-I, looking like that new fly guy. O-M-G, looking like the new OG. A nigga been ready. You can snap the confetti, this week got me light on my feet, but my words hit heavy. Try and wet me, see I'm winning, nigga just can't let me. Get too close, I'm breaking jaws like they Ed. New York, put food on my fork, my foot on the porch. I used to sit in